In a little park mostly frequented by depressed pigeons, wheezy dogs, and retirees running from themselves, 4 unsupervised individuals gave birth to the technology nobody asked for, a holographic personal trainer who works you out against your will, your human rights, and every concept of athletic decency. The device is a gray cylinder, slightly unsettling, with a blinking blue light that seems to be asking for help. "It's ready," declares Banani, proudly self-taught engineer and well-known failure collector. "It doesn't look very reassuring," notes Papaia, the human face of doubt. "That's the whole point," replies Banani, confirming that design ethics are long dead and buried. Having chosen as their testing ground a park more abandoned than campaign promises, Banani places the device on a wall likely contaminated with typhoid. "Film me. This is the demo video," he says, with the energy of someone who just signed their own will. Papaia, makeshift cameraman, opens the camera app with the grace of a grandpa discovering TikTok. His thumb covers half the screen, perhaps out of mercy. The cylinder beeps, followed by a sound that, in any other context, would signal an imminent short circuit. A hologram appears. Tall, chiseled mustache like a pair of ice picks, tracksuit, and a sense of humor straight out of a Prussian boot camp. Let's call him Sergeant Fitness. Without any introduction, he starts yelling and doing jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3. "Now you, maggot." "I obey," yells Banani, with the spirit of a freshly reformed war veteran. What follows is a barrage of motivational shouts, seemingly lifted from a forgotten book of the criminal code. "Jump like the ground is on fire." "Till it." "Knees on chickpeas." "Boiled fish with broccoli." All of this builds into a tragic crescendo that ends with the AI collapsing, unable to handle the absence of farming tools. Syntax error. "Ho not found." "Chickpeas not found." Rebooting discipline. Self-discipline or death. At this point, Banani faints. Ravioli spits out half a croissant. Papaia laughs like someone who's just seen humanity hit rock bottom. Igor, the only one still with a few brain cells to rub together, watches and asks with the calm of a drunken notary, "Are you actually paying for this?" Meanwhile, behind a fence, 2 men in suits exchange an envelope. "Everything's taken care of. No witnesses." "What about those guys?" "Don't worry. They're idiots. Never has a prophecy been more accurate." Papaia records it all. Then uploads the video to InstaClip with the title, "Banani vs the 1915 Personal Trainer, EP1 Fire." He laughs. Sends. Puts the phone away. And forgets everything. A notification buzzes on the table, 1 hour after posting. InstaClip, plus 453 likes. Plus 23 comments. Plus 7 shares. "That's weird," murmurs Papaia, staring at the screen. "Maybe people actually like it," Banani suggests, habitually optimistic. "Or we're about to get sued," cuts in Igor, without looking up from his espresso. 2 hours pass. Plus 12,000 views. 1,100 shares. A highlighted comment appears. "Look at the background." Papaia scrolls. His fingers tremble slightly. The video shows Banani doing jumping jacks like a deranged puppet. The hologram yells, "Knees on chickpeas." But that's not what's making headlines. In the background, blurred but unmistakable, 2 men in suits exchange an envelope. One extends his hand. The other smiles. Papaia swallows hard. "That's... I might be wrong, but isn't that Senator Bribey?" Ravioli leans over the phone. "And he's taking an envelope from some guy." "Yeah," replies Papaia, voice unsteady. One comment says, "It's Bribey. He's taking a bribe." "Who filmed this?" "Find them." Silence. "Oh," whispers Papaia. "What?" asks Banani, Worried. We may have filmed a bribe. May have. Could be bribey. Could be a criminal. Could be both. Ravioli scrolls like a man possessed. We're on 5 news sites. One headline says, hologram outs government scandal. But it's my prototype, screams Banani. It's my username, yells Papaia. Igor folds his newspaper and looks up. Great. We just accidentally uploaded the key evidence in an ongoing investigation. At least they're grateful, right? Asks Ravioli. Sure. The hitman. Once they find us. Heavy silence. Then. Notification. You've been tagged in a reel. New notification. Senator Bribey's legal team requests removal. Denied. Private message from anonymous user. We found you. Papaia freezes. Sweat beads on his forehead. It was just Banani, sweating, and jumping. Igor stands. Rolls up his sleeves calmly. What did you expect? If you vote for someone named Bribey, don't be surprised when even the park benches disappear. Here's the English translation, keeping the pace, suspense, and ironic tone of the original. The news is on. Volume up. Everyone frozen. And now to the Bribey case. A viral amateur video appears to show an illegal money exchange. The frame appears. Banani mid-air, the hologram yelling knees, and in the background clear as day Senator Bribey accepting an envelope. Police are looking for the original uploader. This could be key evidence. We urge the anonymous user to come forward. Silence. Papaia turns the volume down. Looks at them. We're on prime time. We're doomed, says Ravioli. We're wanted, says Banani. We're idiots, says Igor. What if the police are corrupt, asks Papaia. If they're as corrupt as the senator's name, they'll arrest us and sell us afterward, says Igor. Banani holds his device in his arms. One hand on the red button. The other clutching pages filled with indecipherable notes and drawings. The project doesn't stay here. But where do we go? The news replays the clip. The reporter says. The uploader may be in danger. Ding. A message. Private account. No name. Just text. Run. They're coming for you. Everyone turns to the window. A black car stops in front of the building. Papaia stands up. Go. Now. Ravioli puts his shoes on backwards. Banani grabs his invention. They rush out. Doors open. Stairs, fast. No one speaks. Only the active hologram inside the backpack. Ho. Now. Ho or face the consequences. Deactivate honor? Confirm. Igor mutters. I always knew I'd die because of Banani. I just didn't know when. No one answers. They run. The 4 slip out the back. The door slams behind them like a threat. Ravioli trips over the trash bins. Banani drags his invention along. Papaia runs with his phone held up, as if that could protect him. Igor just runs. A black car screeches around the corner. Too late. They're already gone. A minute later, Mr. Aim and Mr. Gunley step inside. 2 dark suits. 2 tense faces. Mr. Aim scans the room. Beady eyes. Twitchy fingers. Mr. Gunley sniffs the air. Empty. Just left. Maybe they saw us. They begin searching. Couch gutted. Cushions flying. Fridge open, smells like death. Plant tipped over. Dirt everywhere. A banana smashed on the microwave. That was Ravioli's doing. We need the phone, says Gunley. It's gotta be here. I don't see it. Look harder. 10 minutes pass. Feels like 10 years. Mr. Aim is sweating, armpit stains growing. Mr. Gunley unwraps a brioche from his pocket. Been there for days. He doesn't ask questions. Call him. Mr. Aim dials. Rings. On the other end, Bribey answers. Speakerphone. Voice like a blade. Sharp. Dirty. Did you get the video? No, Senator. The phone. No. Did you get anything? Silence. The kind that burns. Maybe a parking ticket. Maybe the target fled, but the place is empty. Maybe. Idiots. He's got the phone on him. Follow him. Mr. Aim looks at Mr. Gunley. Mr. Gunley bites into the brioche. Chews slowly, like the guilt was sugar-coated. Silence. A lamp on its side. A closet half open. Then, off-screen, Igor's voice. They searched everywhere. Except under the brain. Deserted road. Headlights on. Banani's car bounces like an epileptic toad over a road carved by meteors. We lost them, says Papaia, with the excitement of someone who just avoided a parking ticket. Gone, confirms Ravioli, scanning the upholstery for his next snack. For now, mutters Igor, because optimism is overrated. Banani smiles. Which, in itself, should be a red flag. I have a plan. My sister-in-law has a house by the sea. Always empty. And the keys. Always under a flower pile. She's dumb but consistent. Igor stares out the window and sighs. Why am I not surprised? For a moment, silence falls. Like a bed sheet over a corpse. Papaia turns on the radio. Only static. Radio sucks, he says. I got this, announces Banani, who should really be under medical supervision. He drives with one hand, pulls out his phone with the other. Not a map. Not an SOS. A virtual piano app. No, says Ravioli. Stop, says Papaia. The turn, says Igor, already mentally writing his will. Banani starts playing. Random notes. Toxic jazz. The kind that would make even a sad clown saxophone cry. The car jolts, groans, rebels. Banani. Relax. It's an audio-emotional experiment. I'm playing the chaos to process it internally. Turns. Steering. A honk in C sharp. Crash. End of the symphony. Smoke from the hood. The bumper lies in the middle of the road like a trophy. The keyboard keeps looping its mournful tune. Silence. Then, through the dust and lost dignity, Igor's voice. Bribey doesn't even need hitmen. These three morons will take care of themselves. They've been walking for half an hour. On foot, after the crash. Dirty, sweaty, hungry. The overall vibe, apocalypse with emotional hunger. Then they see it. A fast food joint in the middle of nowhere. A flickering neon sign reads, Food Republic, Gourmet and Identity. A name that sounds like someone mixed a Michelin star chef with an existential crisis. They go in. Inside, a counter. A waiter. Tall, rail thin. The look of someone who's seen too much. Uniform suspiciously clean. Welcome. We're hungry, says Papaia, as if that were a unique trait in a restaurant. Black bread, whole wheat, seeded, or classic white. Seeded, says Ravioli, hopeful. Ah no, we only have white. Silence. Staring. Ravioli swallows his enthusiasm. Beef, chicken, vegan, or fish burger. Beef. Excellent choice. It's the only one we've got. At this point, even the flies around the neon sign sigh. Cheddar, Emmental, Gorgonzola, or vegan cheese. Emmental. Only cheddar. Ravioli closes his eyes. Briefly considers eating the counter. Excuse me, Couldn't you just tell me what you do have, instead of offering me a fantasy buffet? The waiter stiffens. I'm just doing my job. Some customers enjoy the illusion of choice. Papaia tries to de-escalate. Maybe he just wanted to optimize the user experience. He's a scientist. I studied too, snaps the waiter, with the pride of someone who got their degree in 48 hours. Customer experience. Intensive course. Online. There was even a quiz. Banani turns to Igor. Wonder what happens at question 4. Crying, screaming, and no mayo, replies Igor, who's read the horoscope. The waiter straightens his posture. Sauces. Ketchup, says Ravioli straight to the point. No distractions. Blitzkrieg. Would you like the extreme contrast combo or the gentle gradient? I don't know what that means. No one does. Anyway, we only have ketchup. Perfect, says Ravioli, post-dramatically. And how would you like your bun? Toasted, soft, or vaporwave? Surprise me. Excellent choice. The waiter jots it down and disappears. Silence. No one dares speak. Even the chairs seem tired. An hour later, the waiter reappears. Holding a gray device the size of a VCR from '99. Please place your thumb here. Thumbprints, asks Banani, confused. Required to collect your order. But we're the only ones here, Banani points out, gesturing to the vast cosmic void. It's for your safety. You wouldn't want someone to steal your spiritual burger. If only someone were here, mutters Igor, contemplating the futility of existence. The waiter takes 3 steps to the left. Puts on a chef's hat. Fries. Grills. Returns with the tray. Takes off the hat. Hello, I'm the pickup specialist. I need a thumb scan for order collection. Ravioli stares at him. You're the same guy. Absolutely not. I'm someone else. They eat in silence. The burger tastes like cooked anxiety. Then, a guy walks in. I'd like a sandwich. Certainly. Black bread, whole wheat, seeded, or classic white. The waiter begins the same 50-question ritual to produce the exact same burger. While the guy's distracted, the 4 get up. They head outside. Open his car. It's an SUV, says Banani. Starts on the first try, says Papaia. The burger was cold, says Ravioli. They drive off. The guy looks up. Hey. They're stealing my car. He bolts for the door. The waiter blocks him. First, finish your order. But you signed. There's a clause. Post-capitalism. A brawl breaks out as the car vanishes down the road. Then, off-screen, Igor's voice. That waiter, flexible guy. Like the logic of his system. A black car pulls up in front of the fast food place. Engine running. Tinted windows. 2 men get out. Mr. Aim and Mr. Gunley. Suits, dark glasses, purposeful steps. They enter. Smell of fry oil, flickering neon, silence. The waiter greets them from behind the counter. Welcome. Dine in or take out? We're looking for 4 individuals, says Mr. Aim. Lab coats, dumb faces. One of them is fat. They been through here? The waiter stares at them. Did you have a reservation? No. We just want to know if you've seen them. Orders first. But we're. No questions without an order. It's policy. Mr. Gunley touches his holster. Mr. Aim blocks him with an elbow. Play along. They sigh. Mr. Gunley. 2 burgers. No frills. Waiter, tablet ready. Bread selection, morning breeze, crackling crust, or duck in the ranch. Mr. Gunley. The second one. Waiter. I need the full name of the option. Mr. Gunley, grumbles. Crackling crust. Waiter. Seed type, autumn rain, warm hail, or peacock's whisper. Mr. Gunley. The first. Waiter. Full name, please. Mr. Gunley, getting more annoyed. Autumn rain. Waiter. Dough type, mountain rustic, cotonete embrace, or flower sunset. Mr. Gunley, pauses. The one in the middle. Waiter. Name, please. Mr. Aim, quickly, grabbing his arm. Easy. It's just a sandwich. Mr. Gunley, gritting his teeth. This is war, Aim. War with gluten. Waiter, serene, eyes still on the tablet. Next step, toasting level. Dragon's kiss, mild mist, or not too crunchy, thanks. Mr. Gunley, through clenched teeth. I swear, if you say name of the option one more time, I'm shoving you in the wood oven. Waiter. Sorry, we don't have a wood oven. Mr. Aim. Whispers, he's going to explode. He's going to explode. Waiter, unfazed. Please proceed. An hour later, they're finally eating. Mr. Aim. What's that smell? Mr. Gunley. I need a bathroom. Waiter. All the way in the back, on the right. Mr. Gunley rushes over. The door's locked. Mr. Gunley. Is it occupied? Waiter. No. But you need the code. Mr. Gunley. Give me the key. Waiter. The code. It's on the receipt. Mr. Aim. Got it right here. Mr. Gunley. Doesn't matter anymore. Thanks. Waiter. Would you like a stain remover? They finish their food. The waiter calmly took the order with robotic precision. Then he turns to walk away. Mr. Gunley stops him. Now the information. Waiter shrugs. I only serve burgers. Mr. Aim stares him down. You saw 4 awkward scientists, didn't you? One still wearing a lab coat. Waiter shrugs again. Maybe. Can't remember. Mr. Gunley grabs him by the apron. Cold stare. You talk, or I pluck your eyebrows with my thumbs. The waiter holds out. For a few seconds. Then gives in. They went toward the coast. Stolen car. I noted the license plate on the order. Mr. Gunley, let's go. The waiter hands them a slip with the plate number and disappears into the kitchen. A black car pulls up in front of the fast food place. Engine running. Tinted windows. 2 men get out. Mr. Aim and Mr. Gunley. Suits, dark glasses, purposeful steps. They enter. Smell of fry oil, flickering neon, silence. The waiter greets them from behind the counter. Welcome. Dine in or take out? We're looking for 4 individuals, says Mr. Aim. Lab coats, dumb faces. One of them is fat. They been through here? The waiter stares at them. Did you have a reservation? No. We just want to know if you've seen them. Orders first. But we're. No questions without an order. It's policy. Mr. Gunley touches his holster. Mr. Aim blocks him with an elbow. Play along. They sigh. Mr. Gunley. 2 burgers. No frills. Waiter, tablet ready. Bread selection, morning breeze, crackling crust, or duck in the ranch. Mr. Gunley. The second one. Waiter. I need the full name of the option. Mr. Gunley, grumbles. Crackling crust. Waiter. Seed type, autumn rain, warm hail, or peacock's whisper. Mr. Gunley. The first. Waiter. Full name, please. Mr. Gunley, getting more annoyed. Autumn rain. Waiter. Dough type, mountain rustic, cotonete embrace, or flower sunset. Mr. Gunley, pauses. The one in the middle. Waiter. Name, please. Mr. Aim, quickly, grabbing his arm. Easy. It's just a sandwich. Mr. Gunley, gritting his teeth. This is war, Aim. War with gluten. Waiter, serene, eyes still on the tablet. Next step, toasting level. Dragon's kiss, mild mist, or not too crunchy, thanks. Mr. Gunley, through clenched teeth. I swear, if you say name of the option one more time, I'm shoving you in the wood oven. Waiter. Sorry, we don't have a wood oven. Mr. Aim. Whispers, he's going to explode. He's going to explode. Waiter, unfazed. Please proceed. An hour later, they're finally eating. Mr. Aim. What's that smell? Mr. Gunley. I need a bathroom. Waiter. All the way in the back, on the right. Mr. Gunley rushes over. The door's locked. Mr. Gunley. Is it occupied? Waiter. No. But you need the code. Mr. Gunley. Give me the key. Waiter. The code. It's on the receipt. Mr. Aim. Got it right here. Mr. Gunley. Doesn't matter anymore. Thanks. Waiter. Would you like a stain remover? They finish their food. The waiter calmly took the order with robotic precision. Then he turns to walk away. Mr. Gunley stops him. Now the information. Waiter shrugs. I only serve burgers. Mr. Aim stares him down. You saw 4 awkward scientists, didn't you? One still wearing a lab coat. Waiter shrugs again. Maybe. Can't remember. Mr. Gunley grabs him by the apron. Cold stare. You talk, or I pluck your eyebrows with my thumbs. The waiter holds out. For a few seconds. Then gives in. They went toward the coast. Stolen car. I noted the license plate on the order. Mr. Gunley, let's go. The waiter hands them a slip with the plate number and disappears into the kitchen. Meanwhile, a few kilometers away, Mr. Aim comes to a sudden stop like an abandoned road sign. What's wrong? Asks Mr. Gunley, already tasting disaster. Flat tire, replies Mr. Aim with the tone of someone who just discovered hot water. They get out. Check. Tires flat, of course. Come on, change it, yells Mr. Gunley like he's leading a military operation. Mr. Aim grabs the jack with the grace of an elephant in a china shop. He sets it up, sweats, tries to lift the car. The wheel slips from his hands like it has a will of its own. Wham! Right on Mr. Gunley's foot. Ah, he screams, doing an Oscar-worthy pain dance. Did it hurt? Asks Mr. Aim, innocent as a cat that just knocked over a flower vase. You broke my toe, you idiot, snaps Mr. Gunley, hopping like a rabbit on crutches. Mr. Aim, focused like a failed surgeon, mounts the spare wheel with his head down, while Mr. Gunley puts on a show with his limping foot. Then they get back in the car. Mr. Gunley, with the tone of a Greek tragedy. You have to take me to the hospital. They arrive at the ER, between endless waiting, ice packs, and casts stiffer than a department manager. A nurse laughs, probably thinking, another circus in town. The phone rings. It's Bribey. Where's the target? He asks with the voice of a boss out of patience. We almost got him. Almost. Mr. Gunley's got a broken toe. We're at the hospital. Bribey erupts like an unexpected volcano. You're clowns. Clowns. I want them before sunset or I'm sending Tony to finish the job. Click. Mr. Gunley, between a sigh and a one-footed hop. As soon as my foot heals, I'm breaking your nose. Ravioli, with the voice of someone who only studied the script yesterday. Residence Costa Rica. This is it, says Papaia, with the air of someone who just discovered fire. But there's a guard at the gate, points out Banani, expert in already predictable problems. The guard eyes them like professional thieves. Mirrored sunglasses, boxer's nose, and the look of someone who's seen too many noir films. No worries, smiles Papaia, attempting the diplomatic big move. He's a friend. With a good joke, he lets anyone in. The guard stares, expression unchanged. Then miracle, he lights up like a Christmas tree at Christmas. Papaia. In the flesh and lab coat he replies, proud like someone who just nailed the best joke in the world. Ha, ha, ha. That's a good one. Your sister-in-law lent you the house? Yes, just for a few days. We need to make some observations from here with the telescope. Go right in, says the guard. Then, with a suspicious look, he turns to the other three. Hey Banani. And these guys? Your colleagues? Of course, they came to help me. I'm not sure I can let them in. I'd have to call your sister-in-law. Igor. Sorry, but, is the house your sister-in-law's, or Papaia's? Stammers Papaia. Actually, it's my ex-sister-in-law. It's a long story. You see all sorts of things around here. Comments the guard, shaking his head like he's saying don't ask, I don't want to know. Past the gate, tidy paths, and well-kept gardens, cleaner than they deserve. They find the house. Banani searches, Ravioli searches, Papaia points. There, under that rock. He lifts it. There's the key. They open. They enter. Like in a movie but without the soundtrack. As soon as they step in, Ravioli bolts to the kitchen like a starving dog spotting an empty bowl. He opens the fridge. As empty as his stomach. Tragedy, he whispers, as if he's just witnessed the end of the world. Meanwhile, Papaia paces the house, phone glued to his ear. Yeah, we're here. No problem. Yes, the house is cute. Sure, we'll manage. Sort of. Banani scans the room, a light bulb flickering on above his head. Whether it's inspiration or just a bad idea is unclear. I've got a genius idea. He gathers what looks like leftovers from a tech yard sale, an old PC that's seen better days, a tangle of cables, 2 half-broken webcams, a colander, because never underestimate the colander, and a toy drone that likely no longer flies. He locks himself in the living room like a mad scientist. Half an hour later, he exclaims. Surveillance home system ready. Banani, says Igor, wiping yet another bead of sweat from his brow. Do you realize you used our power bank as the control unit? Don't distract me. I'm activating sentry mode, the future is now. Meanwhile, Ravioli finds a frozen pizza in the freezer. He shoves it in the microwave, praying for a miracle. But the microwave, true to its vintage spirit, refuses to start. Ravioli, now more desperate, smacks the side of the microwave with his palm. Come on. Start. Papaia, curious, asks Banani. So how does this thing even work? Banani, with the calm authority of a tech guru. When the camera detects a threat, the plumbing system neutralizes it. Ravioli hits it harder. Clang. A robotic voice from the PC. Threat detected in the kitchen. Banani, alarmed. Oh no. The system's flagged Ravioli as a threat. Papaia yells. Do something. Banani, panicking. Too late. A hiss. A metallic sound. A hidden pipe activates. A jet of water blasts through with the force of a raging river. The four of them are literally flushed out the front door in a full into the future effect. Click. The door shuts with finality. The automatic lock engages. From the built-in speaker comes a robotic voice, colder than a university exam. Security activated. Access denied. Reason: improper microwave usage. Try again after system reset. Igor, shaking water from his coat, comments. I have to admit it. This time Banani really did a good job. Banani lights up like he just invented the wheel. Really? Igor. Yep. Ravioli is a real threat to refrigerators. Ravioli, holding a raw slice of pizza and wearing the face of a scolded puppy, mutters. I just wanted to warm it up a little. The hitmen arrive at the Costa Rica residence. Mr. Aim drives with the grace of someone who got his license playing GTA. Mr. Gunley scans the entrance with the focus of a hawk, a nearsighted one. Are you sure this will work? A guy at the bar told me. 6 gold teeth, Sarajevo accent. I trust him. At the front gate, the guard eyes them up. Visor cap, mirrored sunglasses, zero patience. Who are you? Mr. Aim smiles like a predator in a nature documentary. A delivery for house number 1. The guard doesn't budge. Wait. I need to call to confirm. Silence. Tension. Gnats. Then Mr. Aim plays his ace. What do 2 hitmen do at a casino? The guard scratches his head. The synapse tries to fire. Count the chips? Rob the house? He shakes his head on his own. So what do they do? Mr. Aim pushes it further. They play poker with the dead man. Silence. Then, a laugh. Loud. Genuine. Disturbing. That's a good one. Go on in. The gate opens. Creak. Drama. Triumph. Inside, the 3 slow down. They walk like fake residents taking an imaginary dog out to pee. Every house is inspected. Every curtain judged. Every number read 3 times. With the poise of someone who just won an Oscar for Best Awkward Entrance. They flee from the Costa Rica residence like thieves in the night, even though no one was chasing them. Or maybe someone was. They arrive breathless in front of an elegant downtown hotel, the kind of place where the doorknobs shine brighter than their future. They walk in pretending they have a reservation. Papaia approaches the front desk like a diplomat on a mission. He pulls out the card with the confidence of someone about to buy a private jet. I'm sorry, the transaction didn't go through, says the receptionist, with the coldness of a Swiss notary. It's an interbank circuit issue, improvises Papaia, an expert in creative financial failures. Are we sure this is a hotel and not a museum, whispers Banani, staring at the chandelier. Ravioli, do you have a night buffet? I'd settle for something solid. Like an entire ham. Igor stares at him. He stares at the concierge. The concierge stares into space. Space wins. Banani collapses onto a lobby couch and starts snoring. He sounds like a 74 diesel engine idling. The phone rings. The receptionist answers. Yes. I understand, no, don't worry. I'll take care of it right away. He turns with a diplomatic smile. Your friend is snoring too loudly. The presidential suite upstairs just called to complain. Papaia, without blinking. Oh, he's not snoring. That's just how he breathes while resting. Igor. Yes, that's how he breathes. Only when he's tired. And has his eyes closed. And is sleeping. The receptionist eyes them. It's that moment when every fancy hotel realizes it made a mistake. This isn't a hostel. Either you pay or you leave. Papaia plays his last card. Just a second, we're waiting for the wire transfer. Out. Now. They try to leave with dignity. They lose it immediately, they take the wrong door. They enter the service elevator. The door closes. No one presses a button. The elevator gets stuck between two floors. Perfectly halfway between ridiculous and tragic. Silence. Banani sleeps. Ravioli searches his pockets, maybe he's hoping for a brioche. Igor sighs. Papaia grabs the phone. Let's try calling reception. No signal. Igor. Not even from your brain. But don't blame the elevator. That line's been dead for years. The four are stuck between the third and fourth floor. Flickering light. Stale air. Banani snores, sitting in a corner. Igor studies the buttons. Ravioli looks for the phone he lost. Papaia listens. A sound. Maybe a door. Ground floor. The hitmen enter. Mr. Gunley shows a photo. Have you seen him? The receptionist looks. Oh, yeah. That bum who was snoring. They left about 10 minutes ago. Had no money to pay. We're trying to sleep for free on the sofa. The two exchange a glance. How many floors does the hotel have? 5. But the rooftop is closed. They start going up. They check the first. The second. The third. Mr. Gunley. Look. The service elevator. Mr. Aim. Don't you see the sign? It's out of order. Mr. Gunley. Oh, right. I didn't see it cause it had fallen off. Papaia sees them through the door crack. Then he whispers. Plug Banani's nose. The hitmen are here. They plug Banani's nose, and he jolts awake. What's going on? Ravioli whispers. The hitmen. They're here. Papaia signals for silence. The elevator doesn't move. But outside, the footsteps fade. Silence. Mr. Gunley. They're not here. Mr. Aim. Let's check the hotel across the street. They leave. Papaia. The broken elevator saved us. Igor. Trapped in here with Banani snoring and Ravioli farting? I'd rather face the hitman. At least death would have been fast and odorless. Ravioli. Hey. I wasn't the one who farted. Papaia. Ugh. It reached all the way to me. Plug your noses. Just outside the hotel, Papaia suggests renting a car. Banani is still yawning. Ravioli eats a cracker he found in his backpack. Igor watches them like they're already dead. They're given an old gray compact car. Perfect, says Papaia. As anonymous as a Sunday in August. But the hitmen spot them. Mr. Aim is driving, Mr. Gunley has a little opera binoculars in hand. Aren't those? Yes, says Mr. Aim. That's the clumsy guy from the video. Mr. Aim. Let's go. We're following them. Mr. Gunley. If you want, I can hit them from here. Mr. Aim. What, are you nuts? Too many people around. Let's see where they're going. They follow from a distance. Traffic. Honking. Red lights. At the second roundabout, Mr. Aim loses sight of the car. Where did they go? Mr. Gunley points at a similar car, 3 vehicles ahead. That one. That's them. Go. Mr. Aim speeds up and catches up with the car his partner pointed out. They follow it across the city. A gray compact car with tinted windows. They follow at a distance for miles, through narrow streets and underpasses. Finally, the car turns into a narrow alley. Mr. Aim blocks it. Mr. Gunley jumps out, gun in hand. Out, you bastards. Inside are 2 German tourists holding a guidebook for the Ham Museum. Was ist das? Silence. Then a phone rings. It's Bribey. Well. We were following them, stammers Mr. Aim. And where are they now? We lost them. How did that happen? The other car looked just like theirs. Pause. Then Bribey yells. Idiots. Can't you read license plates? Click. Mr. Aim lowers the phone. Mr. Gunley puts the gun away. Mr. Gunley. Oops. The plate. Mr. Aim. The one you can't read. Illiterate. Hours later. A deserted road. Dust and faded signs. Papaia is driving. My cousin owns a mall, we could hide out there. The city is 2 hours away. But halfway there, Ravioli starts kicking his seat. If I don't eat, I'll kill you all. They find a supermarket along the highway. Flickering neon sign, super discount electro and food. A passerby approaches. See that homeless guy? He owns the place. Made his fortune, but still begs out of habit. Outside the entrance sits an old man with a white beard and a tattered hat. Sitting on the ground. A tin cup in front of him. The four approach cautiously. The man eyes them slyly. Spare some change for a poor beggar. Pretending not to know, they hand him a bill. Here, €5. Enjoy your lunch. The old man smiles. Thanks. Today, you're the lucky ones. €20 of free groceries. Each. Inside, Ravioli clears out half the deli section. Chews through an entire focaccia before even leaving the aisle. Igor watches, shakes his head. Maybe today Ravioli's learned a new survival technique. Tom, Papaia's cousin, welcomes them at the main entrance of the shopping mall. You can stay, he says. But here, we work. Ravioli sighs. Is there at least a cafeteria? There's a bar. And you work there. He assigns the jobs. Papaia, customer service. Banani, landscaping. Igor, cleaning. He leads them through the mall corridors, then down a back staircase. A small room with bunk beds and a broken clothes rack. You sleep here. The next day, work begins. Ravioli, behind the bar counter, serves many pizzas. He sells one and eats two. Papaia handles returns, but gets lost in the aisles every time. Igor cleans the bathrooms with a clothespin on his nose. Banani, out on the grassy patch of the parking lot, gets ready. Motorcycle helmet, knee pads, oven mitts, welding goggles, ski scarf. Safety first, he says. He starts the lawnmower. But a rock shoots out, bounces off the wall, and hits him on the back of the head. Banani drops like a sack of potatoes. Ravioli, coming out to take out the trash, sees him. Is he gardening or self-destructing? Igor leans out with the rag still in hand. Finally, a normal day. Banani gets back on his feet, staggering. The back of his head throbs. I need infirmary. He enters the shopping mall, dragging his feet to the elevator. He presses the button. The doors open. Inside, a strange man. Dressed as a clown. Banani hesitates. Excuse me, does this go to floor -1? The clown doesn't answer. He's staring at the mirror. Muttering nonsense. Told you it was my slice, no, the cake was for me, shut up, you filthy rat. Banani steps in anyway. The doors close. The elevator stops halfway. Silence. Then the clown laughs. 2 hours. 2 hours of silence, broken only by the clown's rambling monologues. Sometimes he bangs his head against the wall. Sometimes he turns toward Banani, then goes back to staring into space. When the doors finally open, the clown calmly steps out. Walks down the hallway like nothing happened. Banani doesn't move. Eyes wide open. Hands trembling. Igor. That clown envied Banani. Ravioli. Why? Igor. Because even dressed like a clown, he doesn't make anyone laugh. But Banani, even without a costume, is always ridiculous. Coffee break. Ravioli steps out the back of the cafe and heads to the newsstand to buy a scratch card. Oh. I won €100. He walks triumphantly. Then he spots a candy cart on the street. Cotton candy, licorice, giant lollipops. The vendor, parked in front of a school, waits for the kids to come out. Ravioli approaches. Vendor. Good afternoon. Ravioli. Everything. I want everything. The vendor looks puzzled. But it's for the children. I won. I'm rich. They'll get some another time. Ravioli pays. He carries everything off in a huge bag. A few minutes later, the bell rings. Children run outside. They see the empty cart. One spots a lollipop left on the counter. He grabs it. Wait. Yells Ravioli. That one's mine. The child stares at him. Ravioli snatches it from his hand, firmly. I paid for that too. It's mine now. Ravioli turns. Looks at him. He slowly chews the stolen lollipop. That's capitalism, kiddos. And walks away. The child stands frozen. Then bursts into tears. Then the others follow. A voice pierces the air. Hey you. What do you think you're doing? Ravioli turns. A grandma is watching the scene, eyes blazing. Ravioli clutches the bag and says. I paid. The sweets are mine. Grandma. Shame on you. Give them to the children. Ravioli runs toward the park. The grandma chases after him, swinging her handbag like a weapon. Give me back that lollipop or I'll teach you some manners. But I won. I have rights. Market law. Grandma law. She shouts. Sharp turn. Ravioli slips. The grandma catches up. Wham. A blow to the back. Another to the head. Ravioli collapses. She picks up the candy, hands it out to the kids, pats her grandson on the head. Then declares. Justice is served. Then she walks away with her head held high, to the sound of applause. Silence. Igor watches everything from a distance, coffee in hand. I always told Ravioli, for him, money is like sweets. Too much makes you sick. At the mall, electronics department. Banani walks around looking busy. He spots a former classmate from university. Glasses, striped shirt, gentle smile. Banani. What a surprise. Do you work here? Actually, they called me in for a consultation. You know, technical issues, chipsets, RAM, integrated systems, that sort of thing. She nods. I was looking for a new hard drive. Mine started making this weird noise. Like CRR, croc, CRRR. Banani nods seriously. Classic symptom. That's a tired disk noise. My throat's dry, want to grab a glass of water? Banani leads the way with fake confidence to the vending machine. He hands her a cup, then takes one for himself. He sips with elegance, saying, See, to me fixing a computer is like drinking a glass of water. But right at that moment, a sudden gust blows open the nearby door. Bang! The door slams into his elbow, and he spills the water right into his own face. Silence. Water all over his shirt. Drops on his nose. She looks at him. Banani coughs, tries to laugh. Classmate. Maybe it's not as easy as it looks. Igor spies on them from the bathroom. Or maybe Banani doesn't even know how to drink a glass of water. Still, it could have been worse. Ravioli. How? Igor. Banani could have actually worked at the computer store. Banani walks briskly toward the mall bathrooms. Shirt soaked. Damp pride. He slips inside and rushes to the mirror. Takes off his glasses, grabs some paper towels. Pats himself dry. Then he discovers the hot air hand dryer. Opens up his shirt. Leans closer. VVVVRRRRRRR. Engine noise. The shirt inflates. His hair lifts. Banani closes his eyes. Relaxes. Finally. Then the sound of a toilet flushing. A creak. One of the stall doors opens. Slow footsteps. Something behind him. He turns around. There he is. The clown. The one from the elevator. Smudged makeup. Half-detached fake nose. Blank stare. He walks slowly, holding a toy flute. Murmurs nonsense, like he's arguing with someone. I told you, no ties during the storm. Huh? Huh? You're the one who shoved the pig into the hat? No, no. This time I'm making the ice cream. He completely ignores Banani. Walks past him like he's invisible. Stops beside him. Staring into the mirror. Still talking to himself. Banani stands still. Then walks toward the exit. Pulls on the door. The handle is stuck. Stuck. He holds his breath. Turns back to the dryer. Gets under it again. 2 hours like that. Under the hot air. With the background noise of a clown arguing with an imaginary enemy. You can't cut the moon with kitchen scissors. It's forbidden. Yeah right, now you cry like a broccoli. Outside, his friends are waiting. Inside, Banani just waits for it to end. Then Tom enters the bathroom. The clown walks out. Tom. What are you doing in here all this time? Banani. The door was stuck. Tom. What are you talking about? He shows him the door opening. Banani. That's impossible. Banani pulls on the door again. It doesn't open. Banani. See. Tom. Did you try pushing? Banani. Oops. Ravioli. Are you telling me you were locked in an open bathroom all this time? Igor. Classic Banani. Like his brilliant fixes, just drink a glass of water. In the evening, Tom is waiting for them outside. He smiles. Shakes each of their hands. I didn't think you'd make it. Well done. You've earned this. He pulls out an elegant voucher, with a golden border. Dinner for 4, panoramic restaurant, valid only for tonight. Ravioli's eyes widen. Free? Tom nods. All included. Even dessert. They go up to the panoramic restaurant on the top floor. The place is empty. They're the only guests. They sit by the window. Round table. White tablecloth. View of the city lights. Banani's hair is still sticking up from the blow dryer. Ravioli opens the menu like it's an encyclopedia. Papaia looks around at the decor with an important air. Igor picks up a jug of water and sniffs it suspiciously. Look! Exclaims Banani. It says caramelized potato nest on a bed of pumpkin velvet. I'll have 2 nests, says Ravioli. The waiter arrives. Wrinkled suit. Crooked bow tie. Red eyes. He's swaying. Welcome, gentlemen, to, where are we? He leans on the table. The wine bottle slips from his hands and shatters on the floor. Oh, sorry. That wasn't the good wine. He pulls out a notepad. Holds it upside down. Takes orders, writing in the air. So, 1 reverse spaghetti, 1 pigeon stuffed with Gloria, and a burnt cream, like my aunt. Banani tries to correct him. No, I said lentil soup. The waiter laughs. Everyone wants lentils. But no one thinks about the horses. Then he yells. Luciana. Bring me the pizza. No answer from the kitchen. The waiter stumbles off. Comes back a few minutes later with 4 dishes. He drops them on the table, spilling sauces and cutlery everywhere. Ravioli looks at his. A slice of pineapple, 1 olive, and triangle-shaped rice. What is this? Dunno, says the waiter. The chef dreamed it last night. He walks off singing a song with no words. Then he comes back with a big pot of vegetable soup and dumps it over Ravioli's head on purpose. Igor. Maybe Ravioli would have preferred lollipops. The next day, Tom meets them in the lobby. He smiles, then hands Papaia a small note. In case of emergency, call this number. Papaia nods solemnly. He saves the contact in his phone. Emergency, Marino. The day goes by without incident. The hallways are quiet, the lobby smells like new carpet. Even Banani manages to stay out of trouble. But then, on the ground floor, in the beauty salon, a woman starts screaming. Smoke. Flames. The hair dryer hood has caught fire. The woman runs through the lobby, panicking, her hair on fire. This is an emergency, shouts Papaia. He pulls out his phone. Calls the contact. No answer. What? Whispers Papaia. He throws the phone, grabs a bucket of water and runs toward the woman. Everyone stand back. I know what to do. He dumps the water on her head. The woman stops screaming. Crisis averted. Later, in front of the reception desk, Banani scrolls through Papaia's contacts. Banani. Sorry, what was the contact's name again? Papaia. Marino. But he didn't pick up? Banani. Then why are there 3 calls to someone named Mario? Papaia. Mario. He's my uncle. That's his old number. He has a new one now. Banani. Maybe that's why he didn't answer. Papaia. Oh, so I called Mario, not Marino? Banani. Looks like it. Papaia. Oops. I messed up the emergency number. Igor. Not just that, apparently. Seems like you've messed up the rest of your life too. Tom greets Banani and pats him on the shoulder. Tom. Congratulations. You're promoted to electrician. A few minutes later, Banani is wearing a yellow helmet. A badge on his chest reads, Electrician Technician, Promoted. I can do this, he murmurs. It's just electricity. In front of him, the sign of the mall. Mega Outlet. It flickers, but without enthusiasm. Banani. Here's my first task. Power up the sign. Sounds interesting. Even if nobody actually asked me to do it. Banani pulls out some duct tape and a screwdriver. It needs more power, he says. It needs spectacle. Igor watches from the parking lot below. Here we go again. Banani connects the wires. Touches the terminals with a screwdriver. Smiles. Sparks. A second later. Boom. The sign explodes. Mega Outlet becomes Me8. Smoke. Banani emerges, charred, with spiky hair and no eyebrows. Maybe, he says, not everything that seems interesting is actually a good idea. Ravioli watches him with a bag of popcorn. But it was fun. Igor nods. Congratulations, you're a light bulb now too. Seated in the food court at one of the mall tables. They're munching on chips. Ravioli has already finished his. Igor silently crunches away. The TV mounted up high is showing the news. Volume low, but just enough. Reporter. Senator Bribey and 2 men believed to be his hitmen were arrested this morning. After a video posted by an anonymous user showed him taking a bribe, the hitmen were identified and linked to the politician through a mistaken phone call. Footage shows Bribey in handcuffs, staring blankly. Then the two hitmen, also cuffed, being escorted away as the crowd boos. Reporter. The video uploaded yesterday by an anonymous user was key to the arrest. Their identity remains unknown. Silence at the table. Papaia. We're safe. The next morning, bright and early, they're all at the shopping center entrance with their suitcases ready in hand. Tom is waiting for them at the door. Thanks for everything, says Papaia. Tom looks at them, one by one. You guys aren't normal. But you made me laugh. And that hadn't happened in a long time. They shake hands. Igor gives a nod in farewell. Then turns away. Outside, the shuttle is waiting. They get in. Papaia looks at his phone one last time. Deletes the contact, Mario. He sighs. Maybe it's time to go home. The driver closes the doors. The shuttle pulls away. Behind them, the mall is quiet again. Almost. They return to work. They walk through the doors of the observatory, greeted by their colleagues. Welcome back, someone says. You were missed, says another. The day goes by quietly. Between scientific measurements, reports to finish, and the usual burnt coffee from the machine. Until the door swings open. The police walk in. Leading them, Commissioner Gadger. Serious look. Coat way too long. In his hand, a warrant. Papaia. Banani. Hand over your phones. Starting today, you're official witnesses in the Tangentoni case. Silence. Then Igor, without even looking up. Oh, I get it. I thought they were here to arrest Ravioli. Ravioli. For what? Igor. Yesterday. When you put ketchup on spaghetti. Now that's a crime. Everyone laughs. Courtroom. Bribey in a beige suit. The hitman behind him, silent. Papaia and Banani sitting among the witnesses. Days of hearings. Evidence. The video. The shopping list that read, guns, ski mask, banana for bribey. In the end, the verdict. Guilty on all counts. Bribey and the hitman go to jail. The headlines read. The scientists who exposed the boss. Papaia and Banani, accidental heroes. The viral video, the holographic trainer, worldwide fame. Banani becomes a millionaire. He buys a mansion. Huge. Pool, tennis court, vertical garden. But the elevator trauma won't go away. In fact, it gets worse. He has a personal elevator cabin built in the basement. Completely independent from everything else. When he steps inside, the door locks shut for a random number of hours between 1 and 100. No buttons. No way out. Just him, a bottle of water, and the mission. Practice getting out. Without panic. Only with duct tape. Every time, he makes it. Every time, a little faster. Every time, a little prouder. Morning at Nasal, during coffee break. The four of them stand by the vending machine. The postman walks in. Crooked glasses, backpack, 2 registered letters. Sign here. One for Papaia, one for Banani. Dear professors. You are invited to give the opening speech. At the upcoming International Science Fair. The day of the conference arrives. The four show up all dressed up, shirts ironed, almost. The auditorium is packed. Cameras, journalists, school kids waving nasal flags. Banani feels important. He's got a new smartwatch, and his holographic personal trainer said, "You're ready?" Wanting to look dynamic, he walks briskly toward the stage. Trips over a cable. Bounces off a panel. The set collapses halfway. He lands among the audience. Awkward applause. But at least the speech goes well. Then it's Papaia's turn. Official speech. Mic on. Spotlights. He opens the page. Blank. He looks around. Sweats. Hello. We. Science is. Very scientific. Silence. Papaia sweats. Mumbles something about gravity. Then about the specific heat of zucchini. Banani gestures to wrap it up. The audience is frozen. Igor sighs. Stands up. Walks calmly to the stage. Takes the mic from his sweaty hands. Excuse me, may I? Since my colleagues are founding a new branch of physics called quantum confusion, let me tell you a couple of true things about them. The crowd turns. Silence. Professor Banani has a brilliant mind. He used it to build an elevator in his house, where he gets stuck for fun. Laughter. Professor Papaia, on the other hand, is the first man in history to forget a speech that was written on his own hand. The crowd bursts out laughing. One time they tried to launch a rocket to the moon. They hit a pizzeria in Sardinia. Standing ovation. But you know what? They're real scientists. Because they mess up, get back up, and somehow manage to make physics funny. Applause. Standing ovation. Selfies. Autographs. At the end, as everyone's leaving, Igor Banani asks, did you really have to tell the rocket story? Nope, Igor grins, but it was too good not to. Banani disappears for 6 months. No messages. No calls. He locks himself in the garage, working day and night. Living on coffee and crackers. He designs the Module 8730T. A fiscal time machine. It corrects tax returns retroactively. Errors erased. Refunds optimized. A dream come true for every repentant tax evader. The machine works. For real. Banani activates it at 3:46 a.m. A hum. A blue light. Then everything vanishes. When he wakes up, his bank account is empty. It works too well. It reset his financial state to before he got rich. Before the investments. Before the ideas. Before the patents. A pre-luck Banani. Base version. In his pocket, just a roll of duct tape and a Phillips screwdriver. No money, no startup, no scooter. He returns to nasal. Silent. Tired. Slightly scorched. At Papaia gives him his chair. At Ravioli offers him a mini pizza. At Igor looks at him and says, at least this year you'll get a tax deduction. In the break room, the coffee machine sputters. Papaia stares at the spinning cup. At Paco walks in. Plaid shirt, thermos in hand. Paco. Hey, congrats, science heroes. Banani scratches his neck. Banani. By accident. We just tripped into the truth. Papaia. Yeah. Literally. I forgot the speech. Paco smiles. Paco. You know, you guys became heroes by mistake, without meaning to. But there's someone who became a hero intentionally and willingly. Jesus came to earth on a mission. To pay the price for our sins. And he did it at the cost of his own life. He died suffering on the cross, and rose again on the third day. And he did all of this, because he loves us. Paco leans on the coffee machine, looking upward. Paco. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son. That whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. John 3:16, NIV. A moment of silence. Then Ravioli rushes in, all sweaty. Ravioli. Oh no. You finished the coffee. Igor, from afar. The coffee's gone, but not God's patience with people. Especially with Ravioli.